Welcome to the Hype Attack Podcast,
where we weigh in on the latest in nerd and pop culture hype.
We are the
We're the excited conversation we all have with our friends
about the nerdy things we love
and geek about.
We are the Hype Attack. I am the hype!
Hey everybody, welcome back again to another brand spanking new episode of the Hype Attack Podcast. I'm Isaac. With me, as always, is Doug, Jermaine, Rudy,
Yo, what's up?
and special guest, my wife, the one and only that she knows of, Elva.
Hey guys.
Hi.
The fanfare. How's everyone doing lately, man? What have you guys been up to? What have you guys been hyped about? And what have you done as of late? Again, 3.5 hours of sleep. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all right.
It better be, because this is all you're getting.
So I don't know if I'm necessarily hyped about this, but it's interesting. I started reading my first manga.
Ooh.
It was a DC manga.
first?
Yeah, I've never really done it. It was a DC manga, so it's like I'm dipping my toe into it, and I'm using the DC Universe app, which is fun. It even it warned me when I tried to swipe the English way, and I was like, swipe the other way. Anyway, it's called Joker One Operation. Have you guys heard of it?
Mm-mm.
No.
So I knew about this premise before I went into it, and I had to check it out. Batman fighting the Joker, Joker and Batman are fighting over a vat of chemicals. Joker does a little trick, throws Batman in, goes down to pick him up. Batman's been turned into a baby.
I'm on board.
Sounds about right.
Joker realizes that he's nothing without Batman, and decides that he needs to raise this baby to become Batman again. And he's taking it super seriously. He's like shopping for diapers. He's telling people to wash their hands before they touch the baby. There's one issue when Harley Quinn, bursts through the window because she's heard about this baby. She bursts through the window to see the baby, and Joker's like, "The baby's crawling now. Can you sweep up all that glass that you left?"
I have seen screenshots of this. I'm sorry.
It's so ridiculous.
You know what that reminds me of is the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy show, the animated show on DCU, whatever. No, not anymore. It's on Max.
It's on Max, yeah.
And the Joker, spoiler alert, the Joker, there's the season where he's a domestic husband.
Oh,
and runs for PTA and stuff like that. That's what that reminds me of. I love that.
Yeah, I just thought someone I follow on Instagram posted about it, and I was just like, I have to go check this out.
And that's your first manga.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I mean, I like the premise of it all, but just reading the manga.
We're in America. We turn our pages left to right.
Well, I feel like you can't go 3 pages without a recap of what
really?
what's already happened. It's okay. I don't know. Are they all like that? Constantly recapping what's happened?
They might just be playing that up because of that.
Oh, okay.
They do it kind of often. I don't think every 3 pages though.
Yeah. I mean, I exaggerate.
I don't think we've ever had an anti-hype thing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just thought, in a way it's exciting because it just shows I guess the breadth of creativity that can be done in this realm of
But also, credit to you for actually checking something outside of your
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited to check out anything that justifies me spending whatever I'm spending for that ultimate subscription.
You're I fear change or going back to my usual stuff.
Yeah.
Jermaine, what have you been hyped about? What did you do?
I just found out that Alice in Borderlands gets to season 3. I'm excited for that.
And what is that again?
It's the show that's on Netflix. It's the one where the 3 friends in the beginning, they go into the bathroom and they come out and everybody's gone, and then they gotta figure out, or they're trying to figure out what happened and all that stuff. But they just recently announced that we're getting a season 3, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, must be nice. One of my shows just got canceled. So
Which one?
Heels. Man, so sad.
What?
Yeah.
Been hearing about that for a couple of days now.
Oh, I know.
Ouch.
I wake up every day. It's God damn it.
Your segment's over.
I
Back
know.
to Jermaine.
I know.
I just hear fuck. And I know. It's that heels thing.
Yeah.
Either a zipper got caught, but continue.
And then the new trailer for the new season of Rick and Morty dropped with the new voices, and it doesn't sound too bad.
No.
Not at all. I have no complaints whatsoever. So that I'm excited for.
You got some good voice actors out there that can mimic.
Oh yeah, you got a few.
Other
And
people.
they got some unknowns, right? Some relatively unknown.
I haven't looked too deep into it, but I'm on board.
I'm pretty sure the guy was making his own videos on YouTube, and that's how they kind of got brought to attention. And then when they put that casting call out, he was first in line. All right. I didn't do shit this week. I don't have anything to look forward to except the slow march towards death. Oh no, I did actually come up on some Lorcana cards.
Oh yeah, you got some Lorcana cards.
And we got some booster packs, and we opened those.
The only thing that makes me feel alive.
Me and Rachel did a short unboxing video or like unwrapping video for those. So eventually we'll edit that and put that up on the channel. But we played our first game with Doug, and I'm excited to get into it. Like I'm watching videos and trying to build a budget deck since I can't go out and get whatever cards I want. And it's a lot more fun than I thought. I thought it was just going to be like straight, like, oh, I don't have no idea what I'm doing. Let me just sit over here and put a card out and just watch the card sharks just fucking knock me down. But I won that game, so
Yeah.
blow me.
This fucking guy just wanted to say it on mic, didn't he? Now,
I know Doug was going easy on us because it was our first time. But
No,
no, he wasn't. If I know Doug enough.
I wouldn't. I don't give a shit.
I've only played Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, middle school. Do you think the Lorcana is something that I would be able to pick up?
Well, I didn't play. I haven't played any card games myself. So
Anyone else play Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, I regret never playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon because like those are the other two big ones. I played Magic the Gathering and I picked up a few
That was
other
a big,
random
big
ones. But I'm sure you can. Like Lorcana, they did a really good job. I was impressed with how it's so easy to pick up, but then I think there is a lot of nuance and a lot of strategy in just every turn's decision, and which I think they did a really good job with that.
Easy to pick up, but hard to find.
That's what I heard you guys
and,
talking
and
about.
hard to master, I think.
Fuck.
we finally buckled and got some resale decks. Though I waited for a couple of those guys to come down.
Was it hard to find because it just dropped a few weeks ago?
Has it been only a few weeks?
No, it's been
Maybe a month.
Yeah, it's been about a month.
Still, everything's still hard to find. I mean, everything's going for like twice its retail value.
Yeah, I'll consider it if everything slows down and I don't have to like go fucking S&D for it. But anyways, Alva, what you been hyped about? What you been up to?
You know what I've been up to.
Do I,
No.
Alva? Do you really have a 9-to-5 job,
Yes.
Alva? If that's your name?
It is.
But do the listeners know what you've been up to?
Oh no, they don't know. Been really excited about F1 lately and The Exorcist.
Yeah, we're seeing that next week. Next week.
Yeah, next Friday.
I
Dude,
hope
that-
that was good.
There's like 2 kids this time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's better than one possessed girl?
Two.
So I've noticed that like horror movies lately, like are the big ones, Halloween, Scream, like everything's been what do they call it? A requel.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I want to be excited for this new Exorcist because it's going to be a continuation for the first one, but we'll see what happens.
I wonder if they're gonna
It's up
do
in the
like a kind of like how Halloween did it, where they just
Skip everything in between.
forget everything else.
I don't want to do like a bunch of research going into it. I kind of want to just go fresh and see what the movie's going to tell me, but we'll see that. We'll see what happens. And then you've been getting me into F1 on the drive here. You were quizzing me about the teams and stuff because I it's so embarrassing where not like it's a manly thing. I'm not like gendering stuff, but we'll be sitting there and I'm trying to like figure the whole F1 stuff out. And I'm like, wait, what driver is that? She's like, that's Sergio Perez. Don't you know? He drives for Team Red Bull. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. And so I literally made flashcards for myself and like just quizzing. She's like, all right, what about this guy? Who's on his team and what is the team? And I'm like, I got this shit.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, man.
That's cute.
It's adorable.
Oh.
Can't wait to quiz you on the nicknames and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's teaching me a lot of stuff, but it's among a couple of the things that my wife and I have been doing together. She joins me sometimes on our movie reviews on my film page called Forehead Films, FOREHED Films on Instagram. And we recently started up a podcast. I know I talked about it a couple times on this podcast, and I mentioned our podcast, the Hype Attack on.
I heard that.
Yeah, of course, dudes. This is a flagship show right here. You know what I mean? What we're doing is a bit of an offshoot, but it's our own thing, and it's us. I'm still editing like a couple of episodes. Boy, oh boy, it is just two ADHD people.
Oh, you're really selling the show here. Man, I want to listen to that.
It's fun. It has been fun to listen to.
The intro was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as of this recording, there will be 2 episodes out. But as of currently right now in our actual timeline, it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know yet if we're gonna drop them on
You're
Fridays.
putting it like head to head with this
No,
one?
I don't want to. I want to do it Thursdays, but I feel Rudy's pain with the editing. Where like last night we went to go see The Creator, and I'm like, all right, I got to go home and like fucking finish the edit so I can like go through the rough edits. So thank you again, Rudy, for editing the Hype Attack podcast. Much credit to you.
I bet it's a lot easier editing 2 people than it is editing 4, and now 5.
I mentioned the ADHD part, right? Yeah, I'll send you the rough thing and you just go, oh fuck.
I look forward to your film reviews heading into like dust mites and
What?
pocket lint as your ADHD kicks in and you just
We're not
start wandering around random topics.
We're not that terrible. We are that terrible. No, we're fun.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
No, so our show, in case anyone has not listened to our intro by the way, the name of our podcast is You Haven't Seen That, or YHST for short. And in our intro, we discuss what the whole show is going to be about. But on here, I'll tell you guys, in case you haven't listened to any other previous Hype Attack episodes in which we mentioned the new podcast my wife and I are doing. But everyone has that list of movies, a growing list of movies that you haven't seen, of pop culture movies, smash hits, things that when people find out that you haven't seen that, they freak out most of the time and say, you haven't seen that? Like I was talking to your brother, Dave, and when I mentioned that I hadn't seen Lord of the Rings, dude, he was like, how have you not seen that? I'm like, dude, that is why we're doing the show. Like right now on my phone, I have a list open of and it is a growing list. So far, it's 87 movies.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, and it just keeps growing because as we, go throughout our day, we listen to radio, we listen to other podcasts, the conversations, posters, whatever. Stuff will pop up and go, hey, Albert, have you seen that? No, I haven't seen that. Okay, fucking write that down,
Started compiling my own list, and the only problem with when you start a list is you forget all the previous ones that you had in your head. As soon as you try to write one down, you're like, oh, fuck, what haven't I seen?
No, we had a moment where we just sat down for a bit and we're just going through stuff, stuff we've seen from TikTok, whatever, just kind of at the back, that list in the back of your head. Yeah. I used to have the whole thing is, I used to have a physical list a while ago. I just never had the time to actually follow through on that. And then when I started, and I'll call you out on it again, is when we started dating, I like, hey, let's like sit in, let's watch a movie. What do you want to watch? And then back when everyone had DVD racks, I go pick a movie from any of those movies that I haven't seen. My uncle used to buy us DVDs, and then she would look at them and go, I don't know about that one. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Have you seen it? No, but just the cover looks, I don't want to watch it. I'm like, well, fuck, dude. Like, just let's figure it out. No, and then we would end up watching like a comfort movie.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. So thanks. I never managed to go through my list of movies. So this fucking podcast is going to force us to go through that list. I know. Divorceable, right? Fucking red flags. I should have figured that shit out
red flag.
long ago.
No. I mean, I think we all had those comfort movies that was easy to go back to instead of watching something new. Or
what about you guys? You guys have anything on top of head? Oh, so let's do round robin. I want to ask you guys, what movies are you maybe ashamed to mention that you haven't seen? What are the ones? Because the one for you was like Pulp Fiction. It's like, how have you not seen that? Did you finish it?
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I mean, I think like once you're going into that like idea of shame, I think it limits the list down to like big movies, right? Because there's always independent movies, or maybe a cult classic. Even cult classics, I feel like at a certain point you probably should have seen them. I was just telling the guys beforehand, like me being like as big of a nerd as I am, I still haven't seen either of the Amazing Spider-Mans or the Venoms.
Whoa.
Yeah. Someday I'll sit down and watch those.
Write that down.
We can excuse the Venoms because I watched both Venoms. And I wish I hadn't.
Yeah, I mean,
But the Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah, they're all right.
Were they? I mean,
The
like,
Venoms
I
are
think the initial
all right.
reactions to the Amazing Spider-Mans weren't that great either. So it's kind of like, eh.
As far as the Venoms, I'd rather wax my asshole. But I'm going to put that on the list, and
But
we're
it's
going to
Tom Hardy. I mean,
Nair.
Oh God, you're gonna put that video up again?
No,
It's all right.
first of all, don't go. Oh God, you're gonna put it up again because you're the one that sent it to me.
So then that means
I
you
know.
probably didn't have the emotional reaction everybody had when we watched.
Oh, when Andrew Garfield came out.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I mean, it was still fun, but certainly, yeah, I didn't. And then it was funny, like afterwards, my dad, because he hadn't seen them yet either. Because usually it's me forcing my dad to watch like nerdy stuff. I mean, even though he like grew up a nerd, he had comic books and stuff. But I remember him afterwards going like, "Why was that guy there?" I was like, "Oh no, he was a Spider-Man in a couple movies."
Oh, that's
They
tough
went under
going
the
into
radar.
it. So why haven't you seen the Spider-Mans?
I don't know. I'm lazy because I play video games all the time, and I rarely stop to watch like a movie, especially an older movie.
You have mentioned that you on Tuesdays you watch movies with.
Oh yeah, with my friends Jen and Mac. Yeah, I didn't do it this week because I was tired. But
It happens, man. That's life. You okay? Everything good?
yeah, yeah,
But you watched that over Discord, right?
yeah. I watch it on Discord. We're all in 3 different locations.
That's
and-
really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, and I've determined it's because we have with our fiber internet, we have a huge, like, awesome, massive upload
Sick.
that allows us to do it pretty easily from here. But
And how long have you guys started doing that?
it's been, I don't know. I want to say we watched like maybe 4 or 5 movies so far.
But like, is it nice to have a reason to finally like go through a list of movies that you haven't seen?
Yeah, and especially like, they've introduced some movies that I completely forgot about or maybe I wasn't even aware of. And generally we have a conversation afterwards too, where we break down like story choices or directing things. And it's cool because I rarely watch a movie these days with like that kind of critical mind, knowing that immediately afterwards I'm going to have a conversation about it. I'm one of the people that nowadays generally just watches a movie and be like, oh, that made me feel fun.
Yeah.
Like that made fun feelings in me, and I'm ready to move on. Unless it's like part of a bigger world and world building. But yeah,
Because you can agree, like there's some movies that are just movies, just popcorn, popcorn movies.
yeah, that's what was it? Scorsese was just saying about
Oh, I
the
saw
Marvel
that.
stuff, right? Like, or all the superhero stuff. How it's just like you see it and you move on. And as far as Marvel stuff goes, that's definitely where I'm at for a lot of it. And it's a shame because we all like definitely think that there is room in the superhero genre or the sci-fi genre to make a good movie that is going to
Yeah.
leave you thinking about it and move, it can leave a mark, but certainly we're not getting a lot of that.
So, like I mentioned before, on this list I have some movies that have all your guys' names next to it because on our show, I absolutely want to have you guys, guest spot on and pick your guys' brains because I'm pretty sure there's going to come a moment where people listening are going to get tired of my voice and for sure I'm kidding, not going to get tired of your voice. I love when you chime in, Elva.
I will kill you.
Yeah, I taught her how to shoot a gun and I put a knife next to the bed. Fucking stupid decision.
Finish him.
Jermaine, what are some movies on your list that people might be like, "What? You haven't seen that, Jermaine? What's wrong with you?"
I would like to start off with. I don't feel any shame for any movies that I have not seen.
Let her remind you you're under oath.
We will be the judges of this.
You don't get
Like gatekeepers.
I will give you maybe like 4 or 5 movies real quick. I have not seen Donnie Darko. Have not seen 12 Monkeys. Did not see Death Proof, Planet Terror.
Ooh.
And those are probably ones that I maybe a little bit because I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan.
and Rodriguez, right?
And Rodriguez.
Grindhouse.
Desperado, baby. It's one of my favorite movies. And I never saw Escape from LA and Escape from New York or whatever.
Shame.
That one came from me.
That's
Yeah,
by
you
the way,
know what?
that shame
Those-
bells
those
for
two-
everyone.
I mean, I'm sure I watched maybe as a kid, but I don't remember those at all.
Yeah, they're
That's
yeah,
actually,
it was
I'm going to
like-
add those to my list.
They are older movies in like the vein of The Warriors and stuff like that. But at least the first one, Escape from New York, and Escape from LA, was a little a little more recent, but still like somewhere in the 90s, I think.
You know what could be fun is after this, we come up with like a list of movies that, you know, obviously not, I mean, maybe some of the big ones, but a list of movies that we feel like maybe a lot of people haven't seen and they should. Like I would say The Warriors is certainly on a list for me.
Just go through my list and you'll be like, give me your nerd card. You be here. Graze through as Rudy tells us about his movies that he hasn't seen.
A couple of quick hits. I haven't seen Fight Club. That's the big one on my list.
That's the one we have written down for you.
Shame yourself for that one.
No, it's okay. I haven't seen it either.
Oh, that's
Man.
right.
Should we have a movie night at the house? Movie night at the house?
I'm down.
Shame.
Yeah.
Two.
Shame.
I haven't seen Parasite.
Alva hasn't seen that
I
one
haven't
either.
seen that. I have a peach allergy, so I can't see that.
I haven't seen.
You guys are hurting my feelings.
Put Rudy's name
I
next to
haven't
him.
seen A Clockwork Orange.
Well, okay, stop right there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I was going through a list of like top 100 movies. I haven't seen Taxi Driver.
Oh, man.
I haven't seen Memento. I've never seen Fargo.
Memento.
Quiet Place. Knives Out.
Wait, you haven't
Got a
seen
lot
the
of-
original Fargo?
That's
no.
so good. It took me a long time, but I finally saw it. So good.
I haven't seen There Will Be Blood. Mars Attacks.
Whoa!
We had this discussion when we were talking about it in that podcast.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but I
Cast,
blocked it because
so
I still
fuck
wanted to
off.
like you.
I remember it, but I'm still gonna say whoa.
And one more, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I still haven't seen that.
Ah, shit,
Oh,
man.
that's a good one.
And that won a bunch of awards too. So
See, what I-
I'm a
what I-
little-
Parasite
Yeah.
and everything. Man, you're against Asian cinemas these days.
I deep throat Asian cinema. Get out of here.
But that's what I love about hearing this, because what excites me is like there's movies that I want to talk about on our show, but then I go, fuck, well, Alva, we've seen that. And then knowing that you haven't seen those ones, well, we can make an episode about it. So stay tuned for that shit.
Silence of the Lambs is on your list?
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert, we're actually going to watch
That
it
is-
this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
me
good.
because I haven't seen it.
We're going into the spooky season, and so our next few movies are going to be the spooky related. In fact, we the one I'm editing right now, the one we recorded earlier this week on our new fucking home studio rig, is Insidious.
Nice.
Because that Insidious was the movie that when I was talking with my nieces, they're the ones that kind of gave me the idea for the "You Haven't Seen That" podcast. Because it was a few months ago, I think when an Insidious Red Door came out. What?
Silence of the Lambs. You've never seen Silence of the
I've
Lambs.
seen it. She hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, okay.
I take that shame.
All my fucking hate fire was about to.
Yeah. No, that was one of the ones that I just watched recently with Jen and Mac, and it's been a long time since I had seen it, and that is such a good movie.
That's the other thing too, is I'm excited to watch movies that I know that I've seen, that I remember most of the movie, but it's been such a long time, and then I get to see it out of a newbie's eyes, and then I get to then rewatch it and see like if it held up. So it'll be really interesting. There'll be movies that we haven't seen at all, and then at times where the other one has seen it. But it's fun to hear that everyone has these big movies. I'm so stoked to then break them down.
Nowadays in the world of reboots, a lot of times when I watch an older movie, I also kind of go through that of like, should this be rebooted? Could it be rebooted? Does it need to be rebooted? A lot of times I say no, unless it's like special effects heavy. But even then, sometimes that's part of the charm.
There's so many failed reboots, though. It's like,
Oh, I
well,
know. That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. Like most of the time, my answer is no.
What is that? Episode 3 on the Hype Attack. I was talking about reboots. Oh, we fucking went hard on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fucking, I love it when we go hard.
Bone deep.
See, that's what I deal
Dodgeball?
with all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, she hasn't seen Dodgeball
So this is mostly her list.
Yeah,
for the most part.
pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So, it was a few months. So, Insidious Red Door came out, and my nieces, who are big horror fans, were like, "Hey, Uncle Isaac, did you see Red Door? Insidious Red Door?" I was like, "No, because I haven't seen any of the other. I don't know how many installments there are, but I haven't seen any of the Insidiouses." And they fucking shit themselves. They're like, "How have you not seen Insidious?"
I think you mentioned in your podcast that you fell asleep in the first one. Or
That was me.
Oh,
That was me.
okay. You want
Yeah.
one of you? Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the first one, so I never gave any of the other ones a chance.
Ow.
I think I tried watching it twice
Those
and I
movies
fell
are-
asleep.
That series is probably my favorite
Ah, man, see now I
horror franchise of today. Like, it's
how much coffee did you have before you watched it? Because Jesus.
No, like they're fun
It
movies,
just puts people to sleep.
but it's just one of those things. I wish I could watch it the way how you guys are gonna watch it now,
Yeah.
because
Naked?
Naked Hero,
Naked and Afraid.
because there's so much to take in, because it's, I don't want to give anything away. They kind of go into one movie, and then when you watch the next movie, they kind of whisper back things from the previous movie.
That's and that's about the gist of what I know about the franchise.
So
Yeah.
So with that said, I don't want to say too much, but it's one of those where you guys have that advantage now to watch them back to back, where you can recall all those things immediately.
And watching something knowing that they are going to be building and adding to it, I think changes the way at least I watch something. And a lot of times it makes it more enjoyable. Though sometimes you don't want to get too distracted with like, they're going to bring that back or whatever.
So that's exactly it too. At the end of our shows, at the end of our episodes, we then one of us will hide the Rotten Tomato score from the other one, and then the one who doesn't know has to guess it. And it's kind of interesting when you're not inspired by the Rotten Tomato score, and
I'm never inspired by Rotten Tomatoes.
But when we watched, a little bit of a spoiler for our Insidious episode, when after we were done watching it, and we were recording about it and talking about it, Alva, I think you had said, well, I'm going to give it a such and such rating because I know that there's more. And I'm like, no. Think about it like you're back in 2010, I think it came out, and it's just the standalone movie.
And I still gave it a good high score.
Right,
Anyway.
but it was like kind of what Doug was saying. It's like knowing that there's all these other ones coming out. It's like I want to try to think of it in that vacuum of and it's kind of
well, that's how Rotten Tomato scores generally work, right? Don't most critics watch it specifically for that movie and they don't give a shit about the world building or like the setups for the next movie.
But when
in fact, a lot of times those lower the score, I think.
But just like per our discussion, Alva and I's discussion, she was like, well, she said the words, because I know that there's going to be, some more of them coming out, I'm going to give it. And I was like, no, you can't let that influence you. Like, try to go in as much as blind as possible. That being said, I wanted to like it more.
Insidious.
Yeah, the first one. And then I saw the Rotten Tomato score. I was like, yeah, that's up to par with what I was thinking. But because of like world building, I was then I'm actually very excited to see how many are there.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I want
It
to say
might be
3,
like
4 or 5 maybe. around
Yeah.
there.
3 and then the
Around
new
there.
one at
Yeah.
least, and maybe 4 in the new one. I don't know.
Don't they have like movies of the week for that series now?
Yeah.
Oh.
seems-
Insidious, Carpet Burn, and
No, you're thinking of The Conjuring.
okay.
oh, yeah, everything's set in that
James,
Conjuring world. Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Wan did Saw in 2003, and then he did Insidious.
Insidious.
There's some other movies in between that as far as horror, and then he did The Conjuring, and then the Conjuring franchise, like its own little universe, took off with La Llorona.
That's my favorite
NFL.
franchise right there, The Conjuring.
Yeah, but the offshoots are crap.
Well, yeah, except for those.
I have to apologize. I couldn't be any less interested in horror as a genre. Like next month is my least favorite month of the year. I was sleeping through most of.
Let's get into that, Rudy. Why? Why don't you
hurt
like
you?
horror?
I just don't like scary movies. Like they don't do anything for me.
Do they scare you?
They must have. It must be somewhere in my formative years. Was just like it gave me anxiety and I just stopped watching it and my heart lifted. Now I watch musicals.
You
I
know,
live on anxiety.
the horror genre, I would say like people who watch it either they enjoy getting scared because like I'm not one to get too scared with any of them. I'm like the weirdo that like appreciates a creative death or creative killing.
Oh yeah,
It's us.
definitely.
We're laughing.
Yeah, it's just like it's so
His
weird.
head come up.
Yeah, it's so weird to say out loud, but even as a kid, like watching Friday the 13th, just like, oh man, he like
Yeah.
picked him up in the sleeping bag and threw him against the tree a couple times. Like that's
I
fun.
really enjoyed Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, that's such a good fucking show.
like even if it was
Yeah,
kind
write
of a
that fucking down.
even if it was a spoof on the genre, like the creative kills in that was awesome. But yeah, like a good slasher flick, like all right, like I'll give it a chance, but like it really is just creative ways of impaling
Yeah.
teenagers on machetes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, what's creative about like there are like
And
your point is like there are some horror movies where there's not going to be a storyline and you're in it for the kills mainly, like what, the Terrifier and the Terrifier 2.
Oh my god, yes.
And it knows what it is, and so you're along with the fun. And then there's other movies where it really does like seek out to scare you, like in the psychological horror, and it has a solid storyline, and it's bigger and more emotional, and like, you know, quote unquote grounded or whatever, you know. So there's like your different types of horror film, the way that there's different types of sci-fi and so on and so forth, you know.
I think it's the movies that where like the evil characters are like that true evil, like that true lack of empathy and like true like just psycho sociopath, like that shit, like because that's only like a step or two from being real. Like there's people out there that are like that, and like I don't like thinking about that shit.
You're in a room with a few of them.
Hi.
Yeah, well, I ain't afraid of either of you.
no, I see what you're saying.
If I go down, I'm taking fucking limbs with me, so
Well, I think that's
fucking
what
try it.
that's what you know. Not
I
to
poisoned the drink before I got in here.
not to spoil Silence of the Lambs too much, but that was one of the comments I had about it. Is you'll see, you know, if you go to any of these like sticker conventions or horror kind of conventions, you'll see like Ghostface, Freddy Krueger, and Hannibal Lecter. Like he's in that same category, but to me he's so much scary because like I know it's not based off a true story, but everything about his character is fucking real, like in a way. Like he's not some supernatural thing, or I guess Ghostface isn't really either, but I don't know. Like Hannibal Lecter was like a true scary real life sociopath, you know, and that's what made that movie I think extra creepy.
I like a man that eats me.
Eat your butthole with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
County. I'm excited to see that one. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about watching now, like some of the prequels and even like the show, because I haven't watched any of that. I just watched the one, and I don't know if I want to know more or not.
Was Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal Lecter in the prequels or the
That was
show?
the show, I think.
And Red Dragon had
Dragons?
fucking Voldemort. Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes.
Oh,
This is a
Shit,
fine,
I
like
couldn't think
that.
of his name off the top of my head.
it's a fine piece of Ray.
Oh man, I really blanked out. Help me out here.
You know who's really good at picking up a thread after we fucking thoroughly derail? My man right here. Like he'll be in the middle of a sentence and we'll fucking go off and we'll start laughing at it and making jokes and stuff, and it'll be a 5-minute conversation about something else, and then Jordan will be like and start from the exact word that he left out.
Oh, I love I love listening back to our episodes where, you know, like usually it's the three of us, but not Jermaine, who's like being complete fucking idiots and like interrupting Jermaine, and then he just waits for us to like calm the fuck down, and he'll be like, "So as I was saying," just keep on. It is my favorite fucking moment.
He is our straight man of the podcast. He keeps us all in line because I look over and I'm like, oh, too far. Jermaine has that disapproving look on his face.
Oh no, I just wait till you guys are done.
Yeah.
Because I'm like the teacher in the class.
You're my audience.
Simmer down.
You're my audience. I try to get a reaction.
Sometimes I feel
from.
bad. Sometimes I just like I throw in like a little one-liner. That's all I expect it to be, and then it's like then you jump on it, and everyone's like, oh, okay, well, never mind. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I just thought I'd add
That's
in
how
like
it goes.
a little.
Like, I'll say something, and in my head, I'm like, these motherfuckers are about to nibble this shit out of this, and they just go.
It was on the last episode. I think it was the Batman one or the one before that. He goes, "Oh no, it was Dan Track. No."
It was the Michael Keaton kills people. Like, excuse me? Michael Keaton kills people?
And me really like
in the movie. Stay with me.
And every time I have that Anakin line that comes up, what have I done?
All right, so to get back on track here, when we discussed what we were going to talk about this week, we decided we'd lean into Isaac's show here, and
Elba.
yes, I am so sorry. My hand was up and it blocked you, and I forgot you were there for a second.
Unforgettable.
Yeah, I turn over after we're done. I'm like, forget you.
Who are you? Yes, Isaac and Elva's show. Anyway, we were supposed to go like watch one of the movies that was on our list. I did that. I watched Pulp Fiction, and I had to say I really liked it. So much of it was ruined because that's like those clips from that show are everywhere on the internet, and so like some of the big surprise scenes like I've already seen, like. When Travolta shot that kid in the face, like I would have loved to have been in the movie theater when that happened.
Man, I shot Marv in the face.
That was the most random. And like, I mean, I knew it was coming. As soon as they were in the car, I was like, yep, here it is. And it was still like jarring. And like, I can't imagine what that movie theater did. And then, I mean, there was a lot of those scenes though. Like when Willis, I mean, everyone's seen it here now. Yeah. Like when Bruce Willis took out Travolta, like mid movie. Cause I did appreciate like the time shifts in the storytelling and everything like that.
It takes place over like 3 days or something.
Yeah, and it's been a long time since I've watched any Tarantino stuff. So this definitely made me want to go watch more. I need to watch Kill Bill again. I still haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I appreciate how much he was showing of stuff that I think normally you would have glossed, like you would have skipped. Like there was so much just like filler, but it was still like entertaining and it helped develop the characters a little bit. But like just some of the conversations were so like, I don't want to like useless, but interesting enough that it wasn't useless because it added to the story. But
No, man, I don't eat pork. What are you, Jewish or something?
Yeah.
No, I just don't take on swine. That's all.
yeah,
That whole like that and
foot massage thing.
oh, I fucking love that was a whole wonder.
Oh, that was
The entire conversation was a
Wow.
wonder. I'd be tickling to nothing.
How do you like seeing a young Quentin Tarantino act?
it was okay.
Hey, real
but
quick, did you notice a sign on the front of my lawn?
anyway, along the same topic, earlier, God, I've lost track of time. We watched Black Dynamite all together, and that was one that was on my list.
And I want to get into, I was champing at the bit a second ago. I want to get to Black Dynamite, but going back to Pulp Fiction. So even though like, you know, you've seen clips, you know, like Ruin, like that's one of my comfort movies where I can watch over and over and like see something new and still enjoy it and still go, this is where this is such and such is going to happen. I don't know. I think like try watching it again and maybe it'll be a comfort movie for you. And
I could see it easily being a comfort movie. I think any of the movies that are like heavy on dialogue and stuff like that is such an easy one to kind of put on, and either you'll sit and watch it or just put on while you're doing something else. I think that's why like Kevin Smith's movies for me, which I still need to see Clerks 3. I'm going to write that down. All of his movies for me were always those comfort movies because they were just like nothing too crazy going on, but a lot of fun dialogue that
I love great dialogue.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Which was my problem with Insidious, by the way. The first one. The dialogue was shit. Man. After you after I'm in love with Quentin Tarantino movies, you get spoiled with awesome dialogue that like informs a character and like a little bit of like little certain corners of their psyche. You know what I mean? It really builds that character up. But you were mentioning before we've got to see. Well, you all have seen Black Dynamite. Have you seen?
I had not.
Oh, right on. So me and you hadn't seen it. Fuck. I'm so mad that I haven't seen it. Well, technically, I've seen half of it. It was on YouTube. And I never saw the second half of it.
I still can't believe you only watched half.
I know.
Like how?
Fuck, man. What are the things that stood out with that movie was like, first off, like Michael Jai White is usually in serious ass roles. Typically, right? I can't think of
Action roles.
for sure.
But
Yeah,
he
some
does-
action
he does-
roles.
There are those kind of like ridiculous action roles though, where it's kind of over the top.
But Black Dynamite ridiculous.
But Black Dynamite was like a love letter to blaxploitation
For
films
sure.
Yeah,
and how bad those could get production wise. So.
But the extra level of that movie is that as opposed to like just being a parody blaxploitation film, it was meta in that, you know, you're watching. How would I phrase it? It knows that it's a movie because like the boom mic comes into frame.
It was very much similar to like the Naked Gun movies and stuff like that because they would do that kind of meta thing of like instead of walking through the door, they'd walk in front of the set and all that kind of thing.
What about that scene? What is it? Bullhorn? He's fighting the dude, and then like he slaps him. Hey man, what the fuck? And then they just boop, and then switch out the actors.
Yeah.
I fucking died
That
the first time
cut
I saw
killed
that.
me. It was a new actor. I fell
just-
the fuck out.
You just hear the slap, motherfucker. He squares up on him, and then cut. It's a whole new actor. Oh shit.
Well, I think what I really enjoyed about that movie
Was the gratuitous titties. High five
hell
right
yeah.
here. Yes.
beyond that and the
Don't
comedy.
judge me, Alba. Don't judge me.
But the kung fu action was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of good little choreography. It wasn't anything like too crazy, but
It just fit for what that movie was
well,
about.
and more, I feel like shit doesn't need to always be crazy. Like, I mean, a real fight sometimes can be either, a long drawn out grapple on the ground, which is never going to be entertaining in a movie, or it's going to be one or two hits and someone's out.
Have you seen
right?
the fight scene in They Live with
Oh, with Roddy Piper?
Yeah.
That's I need to put on my list. I haven't
Oh.
seen that movie.
man?
I was
I think it's-
I was looking at the list earlier and I saw that and I'm like, I've seen that movie. I know I've seen that movie, but it was so fucking long ago. I don't remember. So I don't know if
I
that,
came here to chew bubble gum.
I
Kick
came
ass and
here
chew
to-
bubble
yeah.
gum. Yeah.
I don't
And I'm
know.
all about chewing gum.
I don't know if that should go on my list or not. Like
Put
I'll
it-
probably see it again at some point.
Put on
but-
there so we can watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And who's opposite of Roddy Piper?
I really hope that people listening to this are just like screaming like, "You haven't seen that? You haven't seen this?" Or like,
That's
or,
what-
or hopefully you also like, "Oh, I should watch that movie too." Like, blah, blah, blah.
So, yeah.
But this is the thing. Everybody has their shame.
exactly.
Nobody's seen everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when, I'm the junior nerd here. And so, I get called out for the things that I haven't seen. And it's like, no, for sure, I should have seen whatever, Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And it's fun to then go around the table and hear your guys is what you haven't seen because everybody has that little, shameless in their closet.
Yeah, I would say though, sometimes it's different. Like Lord of the Rings is timeless, so absolutely you should try to get those in as quickly as you can. I know it's like a mission. I still haven't seen the extended cuts, so if someday we want to start.
Fuck, there's an extended cut.
Oh yeah, they're 4 hours instead of
Yeah.
3 hours or whatever.
Oh, no.
I still haven't watched them. I've heard they're worth it.
Fell asleep in 30 minutes of that movie.
The Frida, which is like the little art theater in Santa Ana, they just did the full extended like trilogy, like all day. I forgot how much the tickets were. I thought about it, but I don't know if I could sit like for that long in a movie theater.
I saw a TikTok where this guy was watching him all the way through, and he's like, I started it at 7 a.m, and it took him like literally all day.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd be entertained that whole time though watching it. But so something like that, like I said, it's timeless. So certainly you can go back to it. And I think it'll meet your expectations. But you mentioned Donnie Darko, which, when that came out, it was just so weird and fresh and like everyone's like, oh, you have to see Donnie Darko. At this point, like I don't know what your expectations are for it. I think it's still probably worth watching. It's certainly interesting, but like I don't know if it's as timeless as something like Lord of the Rings. And after like years and years of people saying like this movie, like you might watch it and be like, oh, okay.
And that's one of the things that we discuss on YHST is like, what do you know about the movie we're about to see, and what are your expectations? Because like you just said, like there's you go through however many years of not seeing this movie, but it's so certain movies, most of these movies on this list are like so in the lexicon that you hear fucking everybody talking about it. So like it's spoiled. Right,
Well, like I was just saying about Pulp Fiction.
Exactly.
Like so many GIFs or GIFs are ripped from that movie and used all the time in scenes, and they make memes out of it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I use that daily.
Do you do the DiCaprio? Do you have any favorite parts of Pulp Fiction off the top of your head? I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
I really liked the diner scene. I think with Travolta and Uma Thurman. I don't know. I mean, there wasn't much going. There
100%.
wasn't much going on, but it was just such a fun.
No.
Like,
I do
the way
believe
he
Marcellus,
approached,
my
like,
husband,
did you
your
just
boss,
order
yeah, I can quote
a
the fucking whole movie.
You just order a $5 milkshake? Like,
Oh, my
and I love
family-
that he had to try it, and yeah,
All of my family loves Tarantino. We fucking love Pulp Fiction. And anytime anybody orders a milkshake, how much was it?
love it.
You gonna be putting bourbon in it or nothing? Okay, just checking. We did that over text with my family threads.
I do like
We're
that
nerds.
there are places now that will put bourbon in a shake.
Where? Tell me later. You tell me.
Yeah,
later.
yeah, I'll look.
I do have a buddy by the name of Joe. He has his wallet that he steadily carries.
I got one.
Yeah.
Of course I got one. Come on.
He has that thing. Like he uses that one all the time. The bad motherfucker.
Fuck
and
yeah.
then my buddy Trey, when he got married, like 5 years ago, him and his wife did the Pulp Fiction dance
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
that's
Oh,
fun.
it's awesome.
at their wedding. So that was pretty cool.
in my teenage years when I first fell in love with this movie, any fucking time Chuck Berry's Never Can Tell comes on, my nerdy ass is going and do the fucking thing and the whole dancing and stuff. And everyone's like, we get it. I'm like, no, you don't get it. Kind of one of the reasons I grew my hair out. John Travolta, thank you very much. That was like John Travolta's like, what you would call hip replacement. Like he was really out of the movie picture for a minute. And then like, thanks to this, dude, it kind of brought him back from the dead.
Yeah. Then he did Look Who's Talking.
I love Look Who's Talking. Shut your fucking mouth. I love Look Who's
I know,
Talking
I did
1
too.
and 2. It was Look Who's Talking also, but that was bullshit with the dogs.
That was the dogs talking.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, usually dog talking can be good movies.
Wait. Look Who's Talking was after Pulp Fiction?
I don't know.
Oh,
No, I don't think so.
I
Yeah,
was
I was
just
about to
saying.
say.
But Look Who's Talking 2, who voiced the kids? It was Bruce Willis and Roseanne Barr.
Oh, that's right. Jesus.
Fucking fun movie. God damn it. Have you seen Look Who's Talking 2?
No.
Write it down.
I think it's already.
That's what happens is a movie pops up and I go, you seen it? Fucking write it down.
Here I go.
Write it
You guys aren't going to be able to
down.
do anything forever. You're just going to be watching movies.
We're busy.
Yeah.
Real quick, you guys abbreviate YHST, right?
Uh-huh.
I've taken to calling it the Yeast Podcast.
God damn it.
No,
See, this
we-
is how like this is how like the the nickname for our listeners, butt plugs, popped up. It just shit like that.
And I will be the leader of the Yeast Infections.
Ah, no! Oh. What have I done? I exposed our innocent little show Elva to this show.
That was your fault.
Do we have any more to say about movies?
Not after that shit.
Because we still need to have this conversation about the what we're going to put on our poll for what we're going to call our for what we think we're going to call our listeners. If it ever takes root, it's going to end up being something that they call themselves.
Can we run down what we have so far?
This is all bullshit. So
We have
there's only 3, so
We have-
yeah, go for it.
the Hypomaniacs.
Wait, you talking about 3 followers?
Oh, yeah, we haven't
more
looked at our
followers
numbers in a
first.
while.
We need-
Yeah.
Well, we need to save this conversation for when we have more people
Okay, fine. I'll stop
Like
following
double
you
digit,
guys.
like 10 people.
to chime in.
We have the Hypomaniacs. We have the Victims. Was butt plugs one of them?
That's going on. That's going at the end of the list. Like it goes at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What am I missing one?
the hypochondriacs.
Hypochondriacs.
Yeah.
No,
No,
not
I
anything else.
haven't spent any time thinking about it. Well, I'll
I
go through
tried.
some.
and
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I think we could definitely lean into maybe hype more.
Can I suggest something?
Absolutely.
Sure.
The Hypees.
Okay, mute her
That's
mic.
very,
That was-
that's very
no.
like teeny boppy, but I like it.
It's easy,
up,
simple.
Hypees?
Yeah. There you go.
Hypees.
So now it's out there in the universe.
The hype
We're
is-
not the ones that are going to decide this. We're just throwing it out there as far as like the things, fuck, dude, the listeners can call an audible and come up with something else entirely. But for now,
I mean, it's only the first poll. Like I'm sure we'll have more. None of this is set in stone. But I just,
once this drops and people it hits people's ears, this is how podcasts work, Rudy.
we started calling them butt plugs, and before that.
Oh, now it's wait.
And
Now it's
fairness,
wait.
Before that gains any more traction, no. Let's put some more stuff out there.
I don't think we've gotten any sort of like DM telling us not to call them that.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't. Have we asked for their opinions yet? I don't think we've
No,
actually
I don't
formally
fucking
asked.
care.
I've gotten.
I mean, we say join the
That's-
conversation, but
That's the funny.
that's just
Save
for
yourselves.
engagement.
Yeah, you get. Well, what are you pointing? We don't even post anything out video wise.
We can
People have been
clip that.
fucking itching about like video content.
I know.
Season 2.
It's coming.
Actually,
Yeah, season
well,
2.
You
Yeah.
know what?
I mean, we can do it.
Since we just
That's
since
true.
We just let it out of the bag. Let's go ahead and talk about it now.
Season 2?
Oh, we're gonna take a
season
break.
one.
oh yeah.
This is such hard work, especially
Shut
for
the
me.
fuck up over there.
It just shows up and
Shut the
talks.
fuck
like,
up
I
over
need
there.
a break.
Jesus
so fucking
Christ. There's so many video games to play, and this fucking podcast gets in the way.
Rudy gets stressed
That
out
whiskey makes me angry.
working his rig.
bad.
He needs a
Jesus,
break.
Kirkland whiskey. You want to get pissed?
I ain't my rig. I hate you for that, by the way. We decided.
I fucking love when
we
Jermaine throws
decided
shit.
that we're going to take a little break so that we can regroup. We're going to get our video content straightened up, and
Start posting stuff on YouTube.
we can post more regularly with video. We're going to refresh the podcast a little bit, come back with some new content. We're going to pretty much try to level up everything and give ourselves the holiday time off because
Yeah, dude, yeah.
people have stuff to do during the holidays, and we'll come back in January with a whole new season of our hijinks.
Yeah, this break isn't coming until like November.
Yeah,
Because we want to get through spooky.
we're gonna go through the spooky dookie season, and then
Go ahead.
November and December.
Every single time I was like, what the fuck is spooky dookie?
Why?
Oh man, I have such a great idea for a lawn decoration.
You troll.
Do it.
I want to get some like old toilets and put them in the front with
Oh,
we
Jesus.
have the glow in the dark skeletons. Put them on there. We can get a black light coming up from the toilet so they glow in the dark, and people in the know they'll be like, "Oh, it's a spooky dookie."
People in the know.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah.
You have to figure out where we're gonna get old toilets from.
But yes, we're going on
can rob a place.
on a season 1 holiday hiatus.
Back in January with new attack moves.
But we'll
Oh, I like
Attack
that.
combos.
we'll be here through the end of October. So at least from now, what, 5 more?
Yeah, I think
Ish.
Yeah, 5-ish,
Somewhere
4-ish,
around there.
5-ish.
Yeah.
So
We want to, leave you guys wanting.
Yeah, don't be too sad. I'll be right back.
But going back to it, the person that has been like the top one commenting about or DMing me about like, when are you guys gonna have video? I'm gonna putting this out there. Shout out
Bree.
Also, someone else hit me up who was catching up with the shows, Handbuilt Customs, Sergio, and he thanked us for us being us, because he's like, yeah, man, it kind of sorts out my ADHD. So Hypertech now with medicinal properties.
We can't claim that. We need the really quick talking voice at the end.
Will definitely cause anal bleeding.
Do not listen to Hypotech for medical purposes.
Side effects may include
4-hour erections,
diarrhea, constipation, vomiting,
Unnatural interest in butt plugs.
anal licking,
and anal leakage. Sudden death.
premature ejaculation.
So this is my life now.
In your life, God damn it. You fucking love it.
Live it.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of shout outs, I remember I told you guys about a buddy at work who he binged a bunch of our podcasts and then stopped because he wants us to build back up so we can binge a bunch more. Him and his wife, or not his wife, his fiance, I work with both of them, and the fiance just started recently listening to our podcast, and she's actually come up to me and like, can I ask you questions about the podcast? I was like, sure. And she's in the Zack Snyder episodes right now. She started asking me questions about that. I was like,
that's like 3, 4.
yeah. I was like, this is cool.
I love
So
that.
shout out to Jimmy and Evelyn.
Right on.
That's fun.
Anyway, sorry.
have you
Like,
signed
where
it
are you
back?
going?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask if anyone had more. We haven't heard. Oh no, we've heard from Elva too a little bit. I don't know. Does anyone have more to talk about movie wise?
Movie wise, anybody want to deep dive more into Black Dynamite or any
You know
other
what?
thing?
On your giant list, which one are you most excited to approach?
Oh, hold on. Sounds of the Lambs for sure, and I think The Crow.
Oh,
Wait. Is that on there?
Yeah, I added it because I forgot.
Holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
You haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen it
No.
either.
But they're babies.
Fuck.
I don't have that excuse.
Oh, no, when did The Crow come out?
Shame.
Squared.
I'll take that.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I either saw it and fell asleep and don't remember anything, because that's my thing.
You fell asleep?
Okay, my thing is I fall asleep in movies within the first 30 minutes.
You cut me deep.
No, I agree. If it doesn't,
Where are you on the screen?
I like that was me. Oh, Jesus.
I'm going
Wait,
to
no, this way.
Rachel you one more time from Friends. You fell asleep?
I was on it right.
no, there's a lot of movies I fell asleep through too. Because like in high school, the guys would come over to my place, and after we played GoldenEye for 6 hours straight, be like, "Oh, let's watch a movie." And by then I'm tired and I had no problem with like, I'm gonna go to sleep, guys. I'm like, fucking stay here if you want. Like, I'll be in my bed. You fuck with me, I'll hate you all.
Oh, no. I will have a
Noted.
full cup of coffee, go to the movies, and fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Doesn't coffee make ADHD people tired?
That's exactly it.
No.
No, it
Oh, yeah.
levels
Yeah.
you?
No, it does make. Well, I could drink an espresso and go to sleep.
I want to see you on
I'm fine.
Coke.
It's kind of the same thing as ADHD medicine. It's just levels us out.
Cocaine?
Yeah.
Oh, one way to fucking figure that shit out. Snorty
Get
Snort.
hyped.
Oh my god! I don't think we talked about that on
The original on
air.
Adderall,
Yeah.
When we were like first brainstorming.
mushrooms.
Oh, I want to see you on shrooms. When we were first brainstorming the hype attack, me and Doug fucking went on a whole riff about like, oh my god, hype this and hype that, like that being used in fucking everything, branding, right? And we're like, what if? Oh my god, okay, how about this? Think about this. What if every time someone says the word hype, a fucking puppet with like red eyes and like fucking blow in his nose comes is like, did somebody say hype?
Yeah. We were talking about like, it's time to mainline the news, everybody.
So putting it out there, if anyone knows how to make puppets,
We need a coked out hype puppet.
can it be like a coked out butt plug puppet? Yes, putting it out there, make it happen. Thanks,
Googly
fans.
eyes.
Coked out butt plug.
So yeah, guys. So check out my new podcast. It's gonna be fun. I've yet to listen back to what our actual like living room recording is gonna be like, but we're getting gear. It's gonna make it sound pretty good. This shit, by the way, Rudy, the fucking Roadcaster is the best, and that I kind of listen to a little bit of our shit. It makes the whole thing quality shit. Thanks, Road. So check out our show, and thank you guys again for listening. We have been the Hype Attack Podcast. Check us out on our social medias at the Hype Attack on Instagram and TikTok. We're doing a lot of stuff with TikTok. We're gonna go live anytime soon. We'll figure that out on the break.
Yeah, we're gonna do all that stuff for season 2.
Yeah, and if there's movies that you guys haven't seen, hit us up on the Hype Attack and on Forehead Films to let us know what the hell you haven't seen in the comments and the DMs, Douglas.
Yeah, I'm sure you've noticed by now on the Instagram, we post a thing for each of these episodes and we invite you to join the conversation. We've added a second slide that has questions on it. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to know where to comment. And again, if you don't want to do it publicly, you can send a DM. But join that conversation. Have it with yourselves and your friends and us and, nerd out, people.
Nerd out.
I have been slacking a little bit on the Spotify polls, but I will get those up and running. So we've only did the first one so far, and we'll have questions on each of the preceding episodes too.
Oh, sick. Nice. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You get to listen and interact.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards them calling themselves victims.
Put up with this.
have to
Absolutely.
Hype victims of the hype.
Rudy, Jermaine, any last words before we take off?
No, that's about it. Just
Alva?
let us know you guys' shame of movies you have not seen either.
Please. Alva.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Same hype time.
Same hype channel.
Hype attack.
How could you not jump in on that?
I didn't jump in on it.